And hello there. Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Online. I am Ryukit, and looks like we're going to be doing a little play. So, let's see. So far we have created our character and arrived at our starting city. And in this case it happens to be Gridania, as you can see by Mother Mion standing there. And now, well, Mother Mion has charged us to do the following things. We have to attune ourselves to the Aetheryte found inside the city, visit the Conjurer's Guild, and listen to Plasmontre's explanation of the markets. These are all very good things, and they teach you some valuable stuff. Attuning ourselves to the Aetheryte inside the city sets a spawn location in case you die. Visiting the Conjurer's Guild starts us on our class quests, and listening to Plasmontre explanation of market teaches us about the market. So, now as you can tell, I've rearranged my screen a lot, and the way you go about doing that is, if you're on PC, hit the escape button and it's going to bring up the system menu. And if you go to HUD layout, it brings you to this menu. And here you can arrange your user interface UI however you want. Alright. Now, I have resize. You can resize elements, you can shift those. I can move by grabbing, I can move this element around. If I hold the shift button while I'm moving it, it will align it to the grid pattern that's in the background here. So the upper left corner will be aligned to the grid. And I can resize it if I select an item. If I hold down the control and I press the scroll button, well, press the home button, excuse me, it resizes it. And you can go up to a maximum of 140% and a minimum of 60%. Now for most items I keep them at 80%. A couple items I may have a little larger. Some items I actually have at 100%. Right, and when you do this, make sure you click save after you're done. Otherwise, you're going to be doing a lot of work and losing a lot of work and being very upset. Oh, and one other thing about modifying your HUD layout is, if you click on an item and then you right-click that item, it puts the title of the item kind of purplish. Okay, that hides that item. Alright, if you want to make the item visible again, you right click it and it will make it visible once again. And if you go to system, you can go to system down here as well as hitting escape. If you click on active help, will give you all kinds of help, and at one point maybe not. Let's see. Apparently it's not going to give you that. Yeah. So, now, and I also adjusted my keybinds so I can hit one key on my mouse and I continuously run. And another one will switch me between walking and running. And I also have a keybind for this is my sprint button. And I have a keybind for that. So if I hit on my keyboard, I assigned it to Alt Q. You get that green swoosh and then I start sprinting. And you can tell you're sprinting because this shows up. and makes a countdown. And once that countdown there reaches 0 and disappears, you are no longer sprinting. Now, during our earlier conversations with Mother Mion, she also instructed us that, well, we should make ourselves known to everybody and say hi. So we're going to right-click on Bernadette, who happens to have a quest, and see what she has to say. Let's see. Level 1. Accept. Newly come to Gridania, are you? In search of fame and fortune, perhaps? If you have confidence in your abilities, I urge you to speak with Chans Tulu of the God's Quiver. You can find him standing vigil before the Archers Guild. Creatures of 12s would have been behaving most unnaturally of late, and it has fallen to the God's Quiver to pacify them. Alas, they are sorely undermanned. For this reason, they seek able adventurers to supplement their ranks. I am certain that your offer of aid would be well received. Now, a couple things that I should note is that, so, by my name you see this little leaf. That means I am new, or this character is new, even if I have played this game for quite some time. And I suppose this is a good point to go over some of the UI elements. So, your UI is going to look different than mine because I rearranged everything. But in my UI, so this here is my experience bar, and it has a little moon, and that indicates that I am in a sanctuary. And while I am in a sanctuary, I will gain rested XP when I am not logged into the game. So, whenever you log out of the game, make sure you are in a sanctuary and make sure you have this little moon, if at all possible. Because gaining rested XP gives you a bonus for when you battle mobs, monsters, creatures, critters in the open world. So, it doesn't give you a bonus to quest rewards or guild leave or guild heft or dungeon rewards. But if you beat up, let's say you beat up a cactuar, you will get a bonus to your earned XP for beating up that cactuar because you have rested XP. Let's see. This is the chat area. At one point or other, it will be blocked off. Let's see. This here is my information. This is my HP, or my health points. My MP are magic points. Because I'm a conjurer, I use magic. And so this is going to be very important to me. And here is TP. You will always have 1,000 TP, no matter what. TP is used by melee and ranged damage dealer classes. So, like monks and lancers and archers, they use TP. And TP stands for tactical points. When you sprint, like I did before, it wipes out all of your TP. So, before you go to fight something, make sure, if you are using a class that uses TP, make sure you do not sprint just before you go to fight something. Otherwise, you will not have any resource to use while fighting. Now, down in the bottom area here, you can't see a whole lot of it, but I have my hotbars. All right. Over here, now this is my inventory grid. You have 4 pages of inventory, and as they fill up, so does this. This shows you how much space you have left. This is my gear grid. So So any gear that I'm wearing will be indicated right here. Now this is your menus. You have your character menu, duty menu, your character logs, travel menu, party menu, social menu, and your system menu. Right, and there are sub-menus under each of them. A lot of stuff you can get access to by hitting keyboard shortcuts. As you can see, each one has different things. Alright, then underneath this you have how much gil or how much money you have. Here, this is my duty list. This is the quests that I've accepted, and this will show me anything that I have running and am waiting to be completed, or if it has a little green check mark next to it, I just have to go and speak to somebody and finish it. Above that is my mini map. This shows me different places I have to go, what's in the surrounding area, and above that is my my system menu. This is my mail symbol and how much mail I have. This is your transmit and receive. This is your time. So this is the time, and LT stands for local time. So this is my time. If I click on LT, it goes to ST, which is server time. And if I click it again, it goes to ET, which is Eorzean time, which is in-game time. I normally keep it on local time. So, now our first quest from Mother Mion was to go attune ourselves to this aetheryte. So we're going to do that. If I right-click on the aetheryte, notice I hold my hand out and I glow, and our beam shoots out. Any aetheryte you find in the world, you should be attuning yourself to immediately as soon as you find it. And of course we have a person that comes to greet us. And no, I am not reading every single little message box there is. Basically, this is her explaining about aetherytes to us, and about the abilities return and teleport, and that they're transportation spells, and that you need aetherytes in order to use them. And it says, yes, you should be attuning yourself to every single one of them. And it tells you about that there are aetherytes in Gridania. And to come seek her out if you have any other questions. And then we learned return. And let's see, we have attuned ourselves with the aetheryte. You are now able to use the return spell. And it gives us a help dialog. We click this, it tells us about using the return spell and how it can only be cast X amount of time. It doesn't require any MP. And about setting a home point. Now that's a good point. So, you will have a home point. If you die in the world, you will be sent to your home point to be resurrected. Now, if I right click on this aetheryte, it's going to give me to a menu. Welcome to New Gridania. It says Ethernet. Now that is there are going to be a lot of small aetherytes within the city. You will attune yourselves to them and you'll gain an Ethernet. Okay? We do not have any at the moment. We have set home point, which is what this is right now. Register favorite destination. The major aetherytes in each city, I would suggest you set as a favorite destination as soon as you attune yourselves to them. And in my case, I have registered free destination because I have a software security token which secures my account better than just a username and password. I get to register a free destination. When you do teleports to Aetherites, you will have to pay Gil money to do that. And setting a favored destination reduces the amount of Gil you pay to go to that particular Aetherite to teleport. And by registering a free destination, I can have one Aetherite, only one, in all of Eorzea, only one, that I can tell it to teleport me to without paying any money at all. So, we are not going to worry about registering it as a free destination. So now, because I have played this, I actually know everywhere I have to go. We are going to go up this way. Oh, and any quests that you get in a city, do all of them. Do every last quest in your starting city. Right? It does a couple of different things for you. One is it'll level you up to like level 2 or 3. And number 2 is it will teach you a lot of things about the game, right? About using certain types of items and about doing different things like emotes and using the messaging. You may have played MMOs before and you know about using emotes and messaging, or you may not have. If you have not, well, it'll teach you. If not, indulge them, okay? So, this is a mini Aetherite. This is an Ethernet shard. This allows you to get from one area of the city to another area of the city quickly. Whenever you come across these in a city, right-click it and attune yourself to it. And now we have Ethernet access to the Archers Guild. And that tells us about using the Ethernet. Now we were following this person here. Chance to loop. We're going to write. Now, this is a complete the quest icon, so we're going to complete this quest. We're going to get some wind shards and some potion as a reward. And we're going to get some experience. But no money! Aww. And Chance to Loop has another quest for us to take up. So we're going to take that quest. And in this one we're going to get some experience for reward. Level 4. And some potential gear. You can choose one of these items. Whenever you have this and you have options, you choose one. We're going to accept that. And it's telling us about some forest creatures. And basically, go kill these forest funguars. And here's another quest from Fimhas. I hope that's how you say it. Let's see. Deliver a sealed message to the markets. Well, we have to go to the markets anyway, so good idea. Bring a message to Parnell. A little on the prickly side. That meant many limbs and lumens. Believe me, they're on the prickly side. But then they are like pirates, so that's not surprising. Oh, And any NPC that has a green name, you can right click and talk to them. Some of them may say something different every time you click on them. Most of them don't. Most of them say the same exact thing. And that little blue dotted line, that was a zone line. And here we are at the market. This is a market board. You can buy things here. And this tells us about markets, about the market board. You can do a search. You can click different items you want to search for. I'm not going to worry about market boards. Different people you can buy from. But, Plasma and Tray, we have a complete this quest icon here, so we'll do that first. Okay, handing over items. I'm going to click that. It says how to hand over items. Alright, there's a couple different ways you can do this, alright? You can right click on an item and select hand over, alright? Or you can right click on the item request and it'll bring that item there, and then you can left click it and it'll put it in there. Or you can drag it over. Alright? Then you click on hand over and it's going to give that item to them. We get some experience and some monies. So, alright. Now that one actually brought up a good point. If I hit I on my keyboard, I'm going to bring up my inventory. And this is the 4 tabs of the inventory that match these little 4 grids. This is your crystals, your shards and clusters. They're important for crafting. But this little bag here with the exclamation point, that is key items. Basically, key items are items that are needed by a quest. Not all quest items are going to be in key items. Sometimes if you need something, it goes into your inventory to hand over. But if you get an item from an NPC to give to another NPC, it will be put into key items. Here we have handmade eel pie. Alright. If I click on this symbol here, it's going to bring me back to my regular inventory. So we're going to go say hi to Plasma and Tray. So this is kind of typical of a lot of Gridanians. It's like, we're better than you. Kind of. By what rights does a fledgling adventurer presume to address Plasma and Tray, master of the market? He's really big into himself. And, basically he's telling us that merchants don't do anything for nothing. And if, on the other hand, you have some tasty morsel to curry my favor, then I might consider your request. So, Mother Mion gave us that eel pie to give to Plasma and Tray to get him to talk to us about the markets. He was like, come now. This whole encounter reeked of Mion's handiwork. And more specifically, her baking. Don't look so surprised, son. I smelled the eel pie of yours a mile away. Hand it over. He smelled it good. So, again, we have item request. And I always just click there and then click on the item, then hand over. It's easier for me to right click and then left click. The flaky crust. Just divine. Very well. I am a man of my word. Pay close attention, for I shall only explain this once. So he's going to tell us about the different areas of the markets. where weapons and armor are sold, and then where other stuff is sold. And it's telling us about how to go about buying stuff. And mind you, this had nothing to do with the market board, just NPC retailers. So, and that's done. Now he has a quest, so why don't we do this quest? And that's telling us to go collect some items, so now you will see that we have this symbol here. Okay. This symbol here, this is a speak to this person symbol. And it's part of the quest. It's kind of like a waypoint, like a stopover. So basically, you have quests that are go fetch quests, that go get this item and do this with it, or you have go speak to this person, and then go speak to this person, or go speak to this person, collect this item, and then do this with it or do that with it. And that's what this symbol is. This is not a quest completion symbol. This is a midpoint objective completion. So you have like certain objectives for your quest and you have to complete them. This is a objective symbol. So if I right click on this person, it says welcome, welcome, yada yada yada. There. So now we have obtained a pot of beeswax oil. And if you hear in my duty list, I have 3 objectives under Pasmantre. And one of them is grayed out, the other 2 are highlighted. Because I've completed one and it has a check mark next to it. So now I'm going to do the same thing to this person. There we go. So that one's completed. Bing. Right click there. There. And if you wish to read a lot of these dialogues, you should be able to pause to read it. I'm going to go out here because I know there happens to be an Ethernet out here. And there is a quest objectives to go meet out here. There. Now I'm going to go back to this way. And go around the other way. And it's raining. And yes, the weather in the game does change. You get rain, you get storms, big storms, heavy storms. Hey, we have a quest completion right here. Ah, so those 3 items for Pasmantre, well, we're bringing them over to this person. There we go. And we have another quest inside here. So let's pick up this quest. Apparently they have a squirrel problem. And can you go kill those squirrels for us? And here's another Aetherat. So we'll grab this Aetherat. Well, if I hit M, I'm going to bring up the map. And I can look at the map and see where I am and where I want to go. And I want to go over here. So I'm going to go straight. Ultimately, I need to get over here to complete my Mother Mion stuff. But I also have an Aetheryte here, an Aetheryte here that I need to collect. And several more quests along the way. So we'll be completing those quests another day. So thank you for watching, and have a good evening. Catch you next time. So, bye from RyoKit. Bye!